So we're all hiking together again. It's been about a week since we've actually hiked together. Now we have our longest section yet. This one's going to be 90 miles from Doc Campbell's to Reserve. Everybody seems to be feeling better, so let's see if that lasts. There's a lot of unknown up in the air still. How stoked are you, Minnow?
Can't even look at you.
You're getting your booties.
Yay! Look at your booty.
You're real happy, aren't you? Yep, darn Echo. She's still holding a foot in the air.
You go.
Let me see those fancy new shoes.
Icky, you look so pretty in your new shoes. Back on the trail again after a few days of resting my foot. My foot's feeling pretty good. The terrain is much different than the first section. So, all in all right now it's going pretty good.
So we're gonna be in this Gila River Canyon for the next like 2.5 days, maybe 3 days. And this whole canyon wall is just lined with caves. So we're getting tempted. We're gonna go check one out. I'm looking for arrowheads or something like that. There's been a lot of fires in this cave too. All that soot on the ceiling. We have to camp in one cave on this trip, at least. So the Gila River is nice and calm right now. Apparently it's a low water year and it's very easy to cross, but this right here could show you how much power can come down this river during a flash flood. I'm sure those events are very rare. How's your feet, Minnow? Poor doggy. So we've been all excited to get these booties for the dogs because we figured that would kind of solve all the foot problems that we were having. But it turns out when you put booties on a dog and then they walk through the river all day, the boots fill up with sand and it just causes more abrasion on their feet. So Minnow's feet have some new sores on them because of the booties. So Amy just wrapped him up.
I feel like a bad dog mom.
Minnow didn't even let us know that anything was wrong.
No, because that's what she does. That's what dogs do. They don't tell you when they're in pain.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's absolutely horrible.
So it's kind of ironic that we're out here making a movie about how nature is good for the mind, body, and soul. And so far it seems like we've been experiencing more pain than anything else. We've had our high points where we're feeling really good and happy and everything, but so far there's been just a lot of pain, both in the form of physical pain and emotional distress, a lot of discomfort. But I think that symbolizes something, because if you really want to do healing, it's going to take some work, and it's not going to be easy. And what we're in right now is a transition period. We're transitioning from our old ways into a new way of living. And transitions are almost never easy, and they're almost never painless. So it's kind of like a trial, if you want to think about it that way. We have to go through this period, and it's going to suck a lot of the time. But if we can get through it, then we might find some healing on the other side. So happy to have the pack off. And it was sleeping in her food bowl. Oh, there's food here.
You're so good! And then we just put that on just like that. Yeah. And then this one goes right there.
Look like old Russian women now. What'd you get there?
Snake. Garter snake.
Looks like we're sleeping in a cave tonight. It's 39 degrees this morning, and we get to start the morning by crossing a river, just like we have for the past like 3 mornings. Only it's colder this morning.
My toes are cold.
Oh yeah, we started the morning by putting on wet socks and shoes, and then we get to cross the river. We found sunlight. Warmth. A little bit of warmth. It's still cold out, but we're soaking it up. I don't trust you as the camera yet. You're too crazy. Here's another example of just how much sheer power there is in this river when it flash floods. But when this stream gets flowing, it's incredible how much water must be coming through here. And just the sheer amount of power that it would take to pile up all these logs. It's hard to explain to somebody who hasn't done something like this how nice it is just to have a picnic table.
I don't have to like worry about putting my hand full of dust, getting really dry hands out of it.
You're gonna wash my hands?
Yeah.
And that's big over there.
Yeah.
So now that we're past Snow Lake, we are done with our Gila River Canyon experience. Really cool hiking, but it was a lot of effort and wet feet for 3 days.
It was wet. It was better than this.
I think that was kind of the scenic highlight of this section. From here on out, we have a lot of road walking ahead and some long water carries. We have an update on the blister situation. They are gross. And they're filling up with like sand and dirt and stuff. So it's best to just take that skin off. It looks pretty unappetizing, but that's going to be our water for tonight and most of tomorrow. Time to set up camp.
Hungry.
Me too. We are off to a rough start this morning. 24 degrees. Frost on everything, water half frozen. Then I got up and tried to run around a little bit to warm up. I had my yellow raincoat on, which freaked Echo out for some reason. She was not used to that and very scared of me, so she ran inside the tent and peed.
On my sleeping bag.
So that was weird. Then, while Echo and Minnow were playing outside, that ripped off the scabs on Minnow's feet. She started bleeding. Then there was a coyote that howled at us. Not that far away, like pretty close. And dogs started chasing after it. We had to yell at them to come back. That wasn't good for their feet either. Finally packed everything up with freezing cold fingers. Wrapped up Minnow's feet. So everybody's in a great mood this morning.
And you're carrying a buttload of water.
Oh yeah, that too. I'm carrying 4, 5, 6, 7, probably like 8.5 liters of water. Because we have a 13-mile dry stretch coming up and it's mostly going to be on roads. So these are the days you don't look forward to.
But we love it anyways.
Yeah.
Just doing a little recap of this current section. My foot started hurting again. And it's probably just because it was a shock from a bunch of days of rest. And then completely back on trail. And I started beating myself up a bit because I didn't want to hold Alex back. I think both of my foot injuries are from just needing to stretch more. The doctor that I went and saw, she was kind of rude to Alex and she didn't even look at my foot for more than a minute. I think she was just telling me kind of what I wanted to hear and guessing what common foot injuries are out there. Yeah, she just wasn't a very good doctor. But I'm gonna try stretching, keep going. We had a long road walk ahead of us today. We came up with a plan of getting on trail at 7 in the morning, and then our first break we'll stretch and eat breakfast, and then we'll walk more. And then we'll get off trail by 7. And that seems to be working.
We just began what's going to be a 20-mile walk on a gravel road. Dirt roads aren't so bad. Gravel roads are worse. And I guess pavement is even worse than that. But gravel roads are hard because they're rough on the feet. And they're especially rough on the dog feet. So there's kind of no way around it. Today's just gonna suck. Just gotta get through it. So that's why I'm listening to music. And we're just gonna try and push through it. And if somebody offers us a ride, we're not gonna hesitate to take them up on that. Every time we take a break, our packs explode. It may look like a mess to the untrained eye, but it's actually organized. Right here is my food. Right there is the dog food. That's Amy's stuff. And that's pretty much it. Back in cow country. Hopefully we'll find some water and a cow trough up there. Hey, it's water. Yeah, lots of floaties in there. The water is actually really clear.
Couldn't walk this fast?
I can walk that fast. You can walk that fast.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to keep up.
Well, in a quick turn of events, we were able to find a ride. And they actually took us all the way to the highway. So we're skipping the last like 25 or 30 miles of this section. And it's mostly because Minnow's feet are in pretty rough shape. They were super raw yesterday, and she was definitely in a lot of pain. She's tough, so she pushed through it and she was able to keep up, but we kind of decided it's going to be best for her to get off trail as soon as possible. So our ride was able to take us to the highway, and now we just have to find another ride to get us into reserve, another 20 miles or so. And these dogs get to have some rest. So right now I'm sitting here in the shade with the dogs, and Amy is out there putting her thumb up. Tend to have better chances when a woman is hitchhiking than a man.